Hi everyone, I'm so excited to finally be able to do another drawing tutorial, especially this one. After reading your wonderful comments for my June setup, I wanted to get this out to you so that you can recreate these magical scenes into your own planner or journal. And if you haven't seen the video or heard the story, please check out my June Plan With Me video. This month is dedicated to finding magic, so I hope that inspires you to find the courage to find magic on your journey. Video link and supplies will be down in the description, so please make sure to check that out if you have any questions. And remember to tag me in your photos on Instagram if you recreate any of these. I would absolutely love to see your work and share it with the rest of the wonderful community. As the calm giant of the sea, this mystical humpback whale is simply enjoying the waters as seaweed dance around him. Life is meant to be celebrated, and he is doing just that. For all of these drawings, I'm going to start with pencil, and then once I've sketched out the lines I like, then I go back and ink them. Start by drawing a rectangle similar to the shape of the whale, and then divide it just like I have. These lines are going to be your guide. Now form the curve from the top of his nose to his tail, and then follow along with me as I continue to draw him into the rectangle. The center of the box is used as the point where his fin meets the line of his body, and since this perspective is a little more advanced, my biggest tip for proportion is to use your guides for reference. If you see the fins ending about a third of the way down the rectangle, then use that information to sketch it in. Spend as much time as you need in the sketching process until it looks good enough to ink. For the seaweed, you start off with a basic wave and then weave another wave around it, adding in a few lines in the center. For the other leafy seaweed, draw a line for the stem and then add in wavy leaves, not focusing too much on a perfect shape. I then added a touch of color with my Tombow brush pen and gold jelly roll, and it looks pretty good. After a long day's journey, the seahorse, a majestic creature of the sea, takes some time to simply enjoy the subtle movement of the water in pure happiness. Again, start with a rectangle and then divide it into 3 parts. Add a line a quarter of the way from the top and then a quarter of the way from the bottom, leaving the center larger. Draw a circle for the head and then curve for the back. Once you have those shapes down, the rest will fall into place. Remember to use the box and existing lines for reference. I didn't end up following my original drawing exactly, but as long as it looks like a seahorse, it's completely fine. Notice that my lines are a bit hairy, and that's okay. I'd said this before, but it doesn't need to be one connected solid line. Plus, it's a little easier to break the lines into smaller sections. These little imperfections make your drawings unique to you, and that's why I don't try to perfect my work anymore. I'm realizing more and more that perfection is subjective to my thoughts, and I could spend months perfecting one thing when I could learn to love it and continue to create better things, learning and growing as I go. Using small dashes and squiggles, you can start to build the drawing from a flat outline to a dimensional rendering just by adding shadow with your pen. I'll go into more detail about this in my pen and ink tutorial that I'm working on for you very soon. So hit that bell button next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified of new videos. I'm so excited about this one since we talked about it a few months ago. So thank you for your patience with that one. Add in the seaweed, a brush of color, metallic accent, and this one is done. Finally, with motivation to explore and go on an adventure, the turtle begins its journey, excited about the future. After creating a very rough rectangle to figure out the placement, I started with an oval for her head and then a larger oval for her shell and body, slightly on a diagonal to make it look like she's swimming. Add in her flippers, which look like a boomerang, and then her back feet. The shell is made of irregular rectangles with the edges lined with smaller rectangles like bricks. Once you've connected the lines and then add in small dashes for shading, she is brought to life. One thing I want to mention when you're creating art in general is to worry less about accuracy, unless you're actually doing a very specific study. But otherwise, create to your satisfaction and for your pure joy. That's what makes art so loved. It's a chance for you to create from your imagination and bring to life ideas that are not already in your world. The world would be so dull if we didn't reach into our what ifs and shared it in our own unique ways. So yes, the stars are in reach, so much so that you can rearrange them to build a path to your own moon. Matt Muser's quote, "If you want today to be magical, you must become the magic," completes this layout and is my daily reminder to create the life I want to live. And I hope that it reminds you to do the same. I do have a little story intertwined with these beautiful sea creatures in my June Plan With Me video, so check that out in case you missed it, and please connect with me on Instagram for updates on new art and sticker releases. I can't wait to share my new collection with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an incredibly magical day. I'll see you next time. Bye!